Hey guys, good morning. It is Vulcan Wolverine. It's Friday, March the 4th. Um, I'm getting hit pretty hard with the remote neural monitoring, the directed dreaming, the high pitched sound is kind of back. I kind of went to the wall of my neighbors right behind me, and I'm not really sure. I'm kind of turning some of my plates that way. I'm just not sure. These guys have had a lot of time. Like there's a sheriff who lives in my townhouse like complex, and he drives by me towards the back every morning. Like he caravans me, so he's involved now. But I don't, not with the microwaves or anything like that. But they're really hurting like this side of my face, my eye socket. Just tearing up those muscles like in my cheek and stuff like that. I guess that's just to make me appear stupid or not, make it difficult for me to talk, which it does. I woke up this morning after another night of torture, and I've been tortured for like 6 or more years or whatever. And wake up to he's insane, and he's not a good guy, and all this stuff, and the same stuff over and over again. And it's like they're raping and cooking innocent Americans. Then I hear the sirens around, so it's like police are helping out. They're being heroes. I guess they're being lied to. I kind of want to keep that in my head as long as I can. Y'all hear me on my videos. I try and support military and police. There's the sheriff. You see he's coming through. This is what he did yesterday morning. This is a sheriff that lives in my complex, and he's right there. I'm going to put on my seatbelt because he is on their side. He's probably heard some lies. But there's the sheriff right there. If you see him, do you see him? That's the sheriff in my complex. And every morning now, he caravans me as I drive out. I hear sirens around. There he is. That's the guy who lives in my complex. They've gotten him involved. He lives here. He saw me videotaping him good. He's driving towards the back, like he lives in the front, and he'll drive around towards the back. So yesterday I was like, are they getting him to break into my house or something? Because he's a sheriff, it can just like look like he's, like he's supposed to be able to do some of that stuff. But I don't think he is. They torture me at work. So torture. My defenses are kind of holding it off, but they're really trying to power it up on me. They want me silent. They want me. I mean, this has become so ridiculous, and I guess comment on your situation. But my guys, they're acting like military heroes. There's a fire marshal that just drove by in a weird-looking car, not an SUV, but like a little white car. Y'all comment to me. I'm doing really bad this morning. Like my head is just like, there's the city police right there. So the vehicular stalking is right when I wake up, the sirens. Then I've got the sheriff that lives in my complex who is, they've told whatever lies to him, I guess, and now he's involved. It took him about 2 months to get him involved, the sheriff that lives in my complex. I don't know who to trust. Like, there are men, and I'm not going to go into detail, there are men that I'm connected to in the charity who are pretty high up in the ranks of the police, and I want to go to, because it feels like some of the men I know, and I'm not going to go into details of who they are, but it feels like they're good guys, but then I was thinking, kind of thinking that, if Lynn wasn't attacking me and I knew it was somebody else, I would probably see him and be like, yeah, I need to go talk to him because he may be able to help me. He's ex-military. He may know something about this. Like, he looks like he's an okay guy when he's out and about in society. So I'm very, like, who knows? Who knows who's involved? Who knows who knows what. I guess that's a hard thing to say. Who knows, like, what police know what and how far it goes. I really do still think that police just think it's caravanning people, and in the center you've got the really evil people who do know, that Americans are being murdered and cooked. But leave a comment. I want to know, because mine now has progressed into a military slang. On the V2K, they're just like, yeah, we just need to kill this guy. It went from, like screwing around with this guy, and this guy has built it up. To him, it was always to a point where he could just murder me. As he dipped his feet with this technology and found out he wasn't getting caught. And now it's just like, this guy's got to go. They respond to my thoughts. Like, I'm like, my thoughts, I'm like, y'all are Satan worshipers. This is crazy. You're using mind control with microwaves. You're raping people in their sleep. This is 70% women in our country. There's like hundreds of thousands of women, young and old, who are being cooked by groups of men around them. If a girl, like, I guess, spurs the advances of, like, somebody with this equipment, their whole life could be gone. They could be raped for their whole life and cooked for their whole life. And these people are calling me, crazy as I sit there watching Star Trek after going to work for a charity, which the work is harder. Like yesterday, I'm supposed to be finding grants and being a self-starter, because that's what my mom needs there. She needs me to be finding stuff to do. But I sit there and I'm like, I'll kind of look at target individual stuff. Like, I'm so tired. Then I got the V2K going, and I'm not doing as good of a job for the chair. I've made money and I've done a good job, but these past couple of days, it's been really rough. I've been like, and at work, I do a good job. If I'm talking to like a patient or a parent of a patient, I do a good job. I do the right thing, but I'm so tired that I'm not doing as much as I could for the charity. And then it's like after the torture at my work, then I just come home and I'm like wiped out, and I just want to sit on the couch. And then I'm tortured there with the V2K and the high-pitched sound and the ELF, which they're using mainly just to, somebody once said on a conference call, oh man, they put my head in a vice for a little while the other night. These people they strictly, like, they're moving the ELF, and it's been I guess a slow move. They had hit my chest and everywhere else in my body, but now it's like really just pouring on the remote neural monitoring, pouring on the ELF, like the beams just straight to my head, to vital parts of my head that really could cause and have caused some damage. I mean, I'm sure it's burnt some neurons. I'm sure it's cooked actual tissue in my brain. I don't know the consequences for all this. I don't know how much your brain can heal. But I did see something cool on Star Trek last night. I'll go ahead and dork it out, even though I feel like just horrible. Data was talking about the human brain and how, it's neurons, it's, brain tissue, it's, collective. It's like a collective of all these things, but, human conscience is really, I can't remember what he called it, but he called it, like an advanced development. It's more than the sum of its parts, and, I felt like kind of that was the universe giving me a little bit of a wink there, saying, look, I know your brain's being hurt, like, and I really do believe that. I believe through the things you love, there is a connection there with the universe. And it was saying, I know, your brain's being damaged or whatever, but you're more than the sum of your parts. It's not, you're not, just because you can't speak as well, or you lose some of your fast thinking or whatever, your conscience, what drives you, your will, is more than the sum of its parts. So I just want y'all to all remember that. Remember, you're more than just your body. You really are, in any kind of spiritual way that you think, or human way that you think. We've had evolutionary advances that that make us more. It makes our mind more, consciences more. We're able to adapt to things. We're able to grow new things in our body to adapt to things that are happening to us. And we will have to adapt to this until we can stop it. It hit me in the chest and making me have to puke. That's nice. But yeah, they really hurt me last night. I'm trying to figure out how, because I was doing good for a couple of days, like really good, and I just think he must just stack up the weapons or give it more power, or it could be my theory about the ionosphere, and that, you know, I do know that about 3 days ago there were lots of chemtrails in my area. I try, and when chemtrails come, I try and do my air from inside the car, and so that I'm not sucking in air from the outside. But, you know, I was walking around, and like I had to go to work and I had to go outside, so I'm sure I got some of that whatever smart dust or toxins or whatever you want to call it. Some people think there's nano particulates in the chemtrails, which the technology's so advanced. You know, I'm starting to kind of think. I mean, I know I don't know everything. I mean, that's obvious, right? From looking at my videos, that I don't know everything. But we've got to talk about it, even, you know, especially because we don't know everything, especially because we don't know how to describe everything, especially because we haven't seen the weapons that are attacking us. We have to talk about it. We have to discourse about it. There's one light car right there. A perfectly good truck. Nothing else wrong with it. Just the one light. That sheriff that makes me feel very unsafe. Like that they've gotten the sheriff in my townhouse complex to you know, it's every morning. Every morning he's coming in at the same time I'm going out. And that scares me because he's supposed to be there. It's like, that's a draw for them. They're like, there's a sheriff that lives here. And it's like, for me, if I heard that before Gangstalking, I'd be like, that's great. You know, that's great. There's a sheriff there. There's not going to be a lot of crime around here. But since Gangstalking, I see a police or something like that, and I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if I should trust that, if they've been told lies, if they know about the microwaving, what they know. I don't know. I don't know anymore. And I want to go back to this, you know, they're being told lies. They don't know about the microwaving. They just know that, you know, people are being caravan. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. The way that I see people act and do things, and there's a sheriff right there waiting, coming out of that church parking lot. Don't know if that's for me, though. It could just be waiting for a speeder or whatever. But, yeah, I'm not doing too good this morning. I made a video. I'm probably not going to put it out. Like, I made a video a couple days ago where I was doing good, and I don't know, it's just like, I don't know what to say about this stuff. Like, I really want to move forward. I feel like maybe it's better for me to make a video when they've hurt me, so that I'm getting some kind of evidence or documentation. It's like when I'm doing good, I guess I need to make videos either way. I guess we need to put out information of how it all goes down, because it's happening all the time. But, you know, they're really nailing the left side of my face, my cheek, my eye, up here on my head. You know, and it's very sad. You know, I'm talking to other target individuals, and there's some that just started being targeted, and they're trying to figure it out, like, why they're being targeted, and, like, you know, who's doing it, and they're really researching. They're going through the same stages I went at the beginning, and I wish I could bring them through to the stage that I'm at, where it's just like, these people are not going to stop. It's not about you. You know, it's just about false flagging. It's about a cult philosophy of Hegelian dialectic, of just causing a problem and then, you know, getting on top of it, and then people will give you more power, and then you cause another problem, and then people give you more power to fix it, and then you just keep causing problems. And that's what these people are doing. Eventually, You know, if they get their way, these type of people, if this type of philosophy gets its way in our society,